This NBA Picks edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by WynnBET. Bet $50 at WynnBET and get $200 in free bets. Bet big, win bigger with WynnBET. Download the WynnBET app now or visit wynnbet.com and start winning today. We're also brought to you by Sleeper. You already play fantasy on Sleeper, but now you can win cold, hard cash with their over-under game. Just head to sleeper.com/SGP on your phone to join the SGPN group, and Sleeper will automatically match your first deposit up to $100. That's sleeper.com/SGP. And make sure to download the SGPN app, your home for all of our free picks and podcasts. Welcome, everyone, to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer? Dog.
Apologies to Colby. We had to cancel the USFL show today. I'm sitting here feeling
He's
like
crying in a corner right now.
feeling like a bride who got left at the altar with my New Jersey Generals t-shirt on. Sean.
Yes.
We are in Vegas for one more show.
One more show, a crossover edition with the remaining guys from the NBA Gambling Podcast. Sitting next to me, we got Mr. Terrell Furman. What's happening, Terrell?
Man, I'm living. We've had a great
Yes.
time.
It's been awesome.
We had a heater at the blackjack table last night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Sean, keeping it going.
Let's go. Also here, Munaf, the machine, Manji. Munaf, I got to say thank you on air. The parlay you gave me hit.
Yep.
The parlay that Scott gave me hit, although I wasn't able to get that one in because Scott is like laying a half a goal in the Rangers first period, and certain kiosks won't let me parlay it, but you got the bet in for me, and shout out to you, Munaf. Appreciate that.
Yeah, to give you the cold hard cash once
Yes,
we got to the
awesome.
studio here. Yeah, I mean, wow, 7-0 yesterday. Betting picks, we hit the big parlay. Dallas comes through for us. Got a little sweaty. I know me and Kramer were kind of sweating that out yesterday.
Oh my God. Yeah, I decided to just
under.
go massive on Mavs money line, and it didn't feel like a sweat the entire game until towards the end. They were up 29 at one point, and then oh my God, they're putting Luka back in. All of a sudden they're down 8, they're down 6. Like
Imagine
what's happening?
you take a nap and you wake up and you watch the first quarter knowing you've placed the largest bet of the night on the first quarter.
Oh, yeah.
You walk
This is
downstairs, you then enjoy the first half hitting because, like you were mentioning, couldn't parlay the first quarter, had to also sweat the first half. No big deal. I'm feeling pretty. My parlays are looking good. And then, the game ends or the first half ends. I go to cash everything. So I'm like, I'm good to go. Hand him the first quarter ticket. Wasn't a first quarter ticket. It was a full game ticket. I'm a complete fool. And so I had to sweat that shit out, and that was not cool. But I will say, back to the 7-0, back to the idea of building your bankroll through listening to us and betting sports. It really makes for a fun night when you've cashed a massive 4-team parlay.
When the whole
you've
squad-
cashed every ticket.
Yep, everybody rode.
No one wants to sit out from the craps table. No one wants to sit out from the blackjack table.
There was an all-time DJ moment. We were getting Terrell initiated baptism by fire with craps and blackjack. First off, playing craps, his eyes just lit up like a kid at Christmas. And at one point he goes to me, he goes, I don't even care if I win. I just want to keep playing craps. Like, it's not about winning the money. It's about being able to sit at the table more.
Yeah, I didn't want to pay the rent, but when my chips started getting low, I was like, damn, I really wish I go on a heater so I don't have to get up from the table right now.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what happened. So
The
I had a
idea
great
of walking
time.
away with some large sum, that wasn't even in Terrell's goal. It was just so I can play more craps. It was so awesome. And then we went on a nice blackjack run, set up on the blackjack table, and Terrell's like, yeah, I want to get in, but I don't want to be that guy that like plays the wrong thing. I'm like, oh, don't worry. We won't let you do that. I will not let that happen. Shout out to the circuit. We went on a nice little heater on blackjack after the VSiN appearance. It was just an all-time night.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good when Sean's having a relationship with the dealer.
Shout out to Jenny.
Yes, Jenny. I was I think there was some Jenny from the block talk. When you're making small talk with the dealer, things are going really well. And I kept saying, I'm going to tell Derek about you and what a great job he did. I got to follow up on that because she was shout out to Jenny, a blackjack dealer over at the Circa.
Is your shoulder doing okay after all the fist bumping you had
Yes,
last night?
I was doing this a lot. I was explaining to Terrell, I go, okay, so Terrell, the table minimum is 25, but you're never going to win money with betting 25 because the gambling gods know you're scared because you're only betting 25. You got to put 25 and then get it to 35. And then what you do, this is classic blackjack strategy. Every once in a while when you feel the heater, you secretly sneak another 25 underneath the stack, get it up to 65. That's how you really make some moves in blackjack.
There was a moment where I for a second, I was like, I should take my phone out and record this because Munaf was just watching you. You were on a heater. You were you weren't losing for long stretches, but the wins were followed up with this almost like the Mike Tyson. When I'm thinking like Mike Tyson practicing those inside punches on the heavy bag, he would just all of a sudden
speed bag.
Munaf would be sitting there and he would, and all of a sudden you would be like, and Munaf was just getting he was like a pig in shit, man. It was great.
Oh man, what a night! What a night! Hey, you could be playing blackjack craps right now on the WynnBET Casino app. That's right, 100% deposit bonus up to $1,000 if you're in one of those WynnBET Casino states. Hit us up on Slack because we got a special assignment we're putting together here in a couple weeks. So you want to, if you're in a WynnBET Casino state and you're listening to the show, hit us up in our Slack channel. Obviously, they bet $50, win $200 in free bets. You have the match coming up. Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Josh Allen. You can actually bet on that on the Wynn betting app as well. So much action over there. You got to build your own bet parlays as well. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at wynnbet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where playthrough WynnBET is available. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. We're also brought to you by Manscaped. That's right, Manscaped. And sometimes I just call it Manscaped, but there is a D in there in Manscaped. And summer's coming up, a.k.a. Sweaty Sack Summer. But it's not going to be Sweaty Sack Summer when you have the Manscaped boxers with the trademark jewel pouch. You know they're serious. I mean, imagine submitting a trademark to the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office that is talking about family jewels. That's how committed Manscaped is to their products. Just some government guy looking at these boxers. Yep. Jewel pouch. We're going to sign off on this.
This is yours. This is yours. Nobody else can do
No one else. And it's only the people at Manscaped. Micro modal fabric. I got some on right now. Feeling great. Easy access. Makes bathroom breaks quiet and efficient. If you were had some problems with inefficient bathroom breaks, Manscaped has got you covered. A lawnmower 4.0 as well. Fire that thing up. And free shipping, 20% off manscaped.com. Promo code SGP. All right.
It's like trying to handle a wet noodle, Sean.
You got easy access down there.
I want the automatic shit. Like, give me the backup camera for taking my junk out and pissing out a urinal. That's where's Elon at now?
We are efforting on that technology as we speak.
You've figured out how a rocket can launch and land itself. I want my rocket to launch and land itself. Let's go.
Right. I don't know if you want it detached, Ryan, but hey, different strokes for different folks. Game 5. Heat
my God.
at Celtics. This is crazy to me. Celtics at Heat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
I messed that up at first. Right now, the Heat are 2.5-point home dogs. Ryan, we've been all over the Heat this series. Them as a dog has been great. Celtics didn't even play that well.
We spent 15 minutes with Scott Satterberg on VSiN last night trying to deep dive on why this number is what it is.
And maybe
someone has to know something, right?
Maybe Jimmy Butler's more hurt than we thought. He only went 3 for 14. He seemed hesitant to take it to the hole. That's kind of scary. Munaf, have we had any updates on Tyler Hero? Do you think he'll be good to go for tonight?
I will say this. I was on Twitter this morning and also spoke with some other friends that there may be a COVID situation in the Miami Heat locker
Oh
room.
no.
Oh no.
Now, from what I've talked to some folks, it's right now
Fuck.
it's it looks like it's a trainer and a staff member. But I think that we might want to wait closer to game time before we find out anything. And maybe that's why the line has moved to 2.5. Because last night we were at -1 when we were over at Circuit, over at WinBet as well. But now it's up to 2.5. Maybe some Kramer was saying, maybe somebody knows something. But I would wait closer to game time for this. Maybe for that news.
Sean?
Yes.
Jordan played through the flu.
Yes. Come on. You think COVID-19 is going to stop Jimmy Butler?
Nope.
Dog. I still don't get why. I mean, you look at the championship odds for the Heat, and
Because they're hedging there. They don't have to. They don't have to adjust as drastically there. That's the difference.
Yeah, I just still don't get it. I'm on the Heat, but to Munaf's point, I'll probably wait closer to tip off and plus 2.5. I'll take the extra couple points just in case things get wonky down there. But I don't know, man. Like the Celtics, that game, they didn't even look that good. It was all just, hey, the Heat came out flat and they packed it in early. That's what I felt from that game. I don't know. What's your take, Terrell?
I mean, I felt like the Heat were playing with house money.
Yeah.
You don't have to go on the road in the series and go sweep them both at home. I mean, on the road. You really don't, that's not necessary for you to win a series. You go back to Miami. You still got 2 of 3 at home. It's a whole new series, and this is where you pick up and you try to get a steal in Game 6 rather than trying to force everything in Game 4. So I think that it was a pretty solid philosophy by the Miami Heat and trying to go out there and get, hey, it didn't work. Fine, we're going to go ahead, rest up. We're not going to kill anybody, and we're going to prepare for tonight. Now, if there is a COVID situation, then that just, fucks everything up. But I think that this Miami Heat is the deeper team. I think they're the more talented team when we talk about the number of pieces that they have. And is there a situation where Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum can carry the Boston Celtics? Yes, but I think that is more of a situation where Grant Williams doesn't get going tonight. Derek White doesn't get going tonight. Those guys don't have good games. Yeah, those guys don't have good games on the offensive end. They're not going to be a lot of scoring, so it's going to be like, hey, is the defense going to step up today? And I think Miami's got too much for them to cover.
There's one thing I want to point out, Sean, from game 4 that if you delve into the team stats, one thing that really stuck out: 26 fouls called on the Miami Heat compared to only 15 for the Boston Celtics. You look at the free throw discrepancy: 8 of 14 from the free throw line for the Miami Heat. Boston Celtics 32 of 38.
That's insane.
From the free throw line.
38 free throws attempted. I don't think they're going to get those calls down in Miami for Game 5. I just don't see it. I mean, again, if there's some late COVID news, fine. Yeah. But barring that, I'm all in on the Heat.
All right,
Ryan,
so
are we
I'm doing
crazy?
a deep dive. It sounds like here's the latest. There were a lot of reports that people were held back in Boston because of COVID.
Okay.
There were no players held back. Like Munaf points out, it's a broadcaster and a therapist. So the likelihood of someone being exposed and being allowed to travel back is small. From what I'm quickly TMZ reading over here, Sean. So I would proceed without any caution. I would immediately run to the alt line. Give me the Heat -5.5, 2-1.
All right, I'm in. Let's go. Heat -5.5, 2-1. Co-sign it. Munaf, what's your we haven't mentioned the total at all. I know you're a totals fan. Total sitting at 203.5. Any side you're leaning here, barring the late COVID news? What are you doing at 203.5 and 2.5 on the line?
I do like the over in this game here tonight. I feel like it is a little low. And there's a couple. You guys know me. I love my stats. So here's 2 from each team I'll throw out you. So Miami has gone over in 8 straight games after shooting less than 30.
Yeah, they were historically bad. And we saw that
before.
with the Mavs last night.
Yeah, and then for the Boston Celtics, they've also gone 8 straight games to the over after allowing opposing teams to shoot less than 41%. So I'm going to back the over here tonight. I think,
yeah, I'm with you.
I think it's a little low here tonight, so I'm going to take the over 203.5.
Terrell, what do we lean in? What's a Terrell official play here?
I'm very concerned because it feels like it should go over. It really does. But what? This is the lowest total we've seen this entire series.
I know, it's crazy.
I'm pretty sure, and I'm just double checking real quick to make sure I'm not tripping. But this total has hovered around 206, 207 the entire duration of the series, and you're telling me right now. So we had a 203 in Game 1, but right now it's back down to 203. What happened? Are you assuming that nobody from the Miami Heat is going to be playing? Do you think that it's going to be a blowout one way or the other, and you're just banking on one team not scoring? So it's confusing to me. If I had to pick, I would just pick blowout Heat. And, it feels like an over. It feels like an over. Munaf gave me the numbers, but I'm not going to say it is fishy. It feels very,
It was
very
a
fishy.
little scary. So
And this is weird. I'm reading here that Scott Foster actually administered the tests for the.
that would be the ultimate NBA move. COVID-19 compliance
just don't
officer
get
Scott
it.
Foster.
Like, the NBA sees this stuff. The
Yes.
NBA knows what they're like, yep, Scott. Like, they're admitting that Scott Foster is our guy. We have him on the payroll, and he does what we say.
The NBA is the most social media savvy league, and they know, to your point, they see it, they see the memes, and they're still on board. It's hilarious.
Like there was no COVID in the NFL playoffs. Like that's
No,
the other
they
thing
turned
that,
it
that
off.
plants in the back of my head. Like we got to wonder if this is going to sort of. So additional information: a practice or shoot around was canceled, not because of anything other than precautionary measures.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. All right, and it's Florida. I feel like they'll figure it out.
well, has anyone missed playoff
Didn't,
games?
Yeah, no.
What?
Al Horford was out, I think, game
Yes.
1
Missed one
Okay.
game.
with COVID. He did return game 2, like Sean said.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
All right. So yeah, I'm with you, Kramer. My play, Heat minus 5.5 at the plus 200. That feels really, really good. Anything else, Munaf or Terrell, you guys want to throw out?
I feel like this might be a Jimmy Butler game here tonight.
yeah.
Again, if you
I mean,
look
3
at
for 14. He's
Yeah.
better than that.
points, rebounds, and assists, if you want to go over that, I currently see that 35.5 for Jimmy. He hasn't played very many minutes. We talked about this on the last pod. He didn't play that entire second half back in Game 3. Game 4, I think he only played like 27 minutes. So I expect him to, have a big game here on their home floor. Where again, we talked about it. Miami has been really good. So look for Jimmy Butler to step up here tonight.
Yeah, they've only lost one game at home in the playoffs, right?
To the Celtics.
Game
two,
two.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler to be the high scorer of the game, plus 250. Let's go.
I'm on Kyle Lowry here. I like his assist number. I think I've seen it at 5.5 recently. And the thought process is that in addition to Jimmy Butler, I think it's a lot of the role players that gets going. And so if you want like a fun little, and I'll probably do like a build your own bet later.
Yeah.
But if you want to fade Kyle Lowry scoring, take his assist, and then take some role players. If the role players get hot, Kyle Lowry is not a guy that's looking to score the basketball. He's looking to get whoever's going. And so I think that there's an opportunity for you to kind of get on some role players to have a really big game and then just fade Kyle Lowry in the scoring department because he's really not interested in that. He had 11 points in the first game he played in this series and 3 points in that blowout. So I don't think Kyle Lowry is looking to score the basketball. I think he wants to be a facilitator.
Ryan, how about this? Miami Heat minus 5.5 and Jimmy Butler 25 plus points plus 450 on the win bet. Build your own bet. You're not going to beat that, are you?
I'll bet them separate. I'm not doing. We hit our parlay, Sean. Let's
That's
not get
true.
greedy.
All right, I'm going to tweet this out just for posterity's sake. All right, let's talk player props for tomorrow night. You can get down on those over at sleeper.com/SGP. Loving the 3-team player props. Very fun to get down on these. And if you go to sleeper.com/SGP, you join our squad. You can copy our picks. You can share picks with us as well. Use that promo code SGP, 100% deposit bonus up to $100. All right, I'm going to give out my 3 here. I like Andrew Wiggins over 16.5 points. He's been over 16.5 the entire series. I don't see why that would change coming up tomorrow night. Klay Thompson under 18.5 points. He just like still doesn't look right to me. Maybe I'm crazy, but I like him under. I do think it's a Klay game or a Steph game. Wiggins, Jordan Poole. I still think Klay. Maybe he turns it on in the finals, but I still think he's like not quite Klay Thompson of old. So I'm under 18.5 points there. And then Luka, over 34.5 points. I think any sort of game script, this guy's just going to take his shots in a potential closeout game. I think he's going to get a ton of looks. And I think, honestly, the Warriors are almost okay letting Luka get his. Like, he had 42 in, game 2, and they still lost. So I think they're fine letting him get his. Really, where the Warriors get in trouble is when the secondary guys start hitting their shots, which finally happened in game 4 for the Mavs. So I think they're going to let him kind of do what he wants as long as he's not getting the other guys hot, I think is how they're going to play it. So that's what I got for my sleeper picks. What about you, Terrell? What do you got for the sleeper?
All right, let's kick it off with fading Reggie Bullock. Under 10.5 points.
He's not going to have another game.
No, we're all on the same
like
page
where
there.
he's red hot.
So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and fade him there. Kevon Looney, I'll take the over 9.5 rebounds. I expect a lot of misses by Dallas, and that'll be a lot of chances for Kevon Looney to go out there and grab some boards. And then, Luka over 34.5 points. They're just going to let him do whatever he wants. I don't think Luka is going to give up in this game, no matter how much they could potentially be down. We don't know, but I don't think he's going to give up in this game. I think whatever happens, whether the Mavs actually pull it out or they lose, Luka still gets over this total.
100%. Munaf, what do you got?
Let's go with Steph Curry over 27.5 points. I think closeout game for a chance to win the Western Conference, head to the NBA Finals. I think they have to be on the back of their best player. So take Steph Curry over 27.5 points.
Yeah, that feels low for him. I like that, yeah.
I agree with your Andrew Wiggins pick as well, Sean. He's been absolutely fantastic, especially in this series for the Golden State Warriors. So I think that he'll get over his points. And then I'm going to take Luka Doncic over half a block. He's had at least one block.
4 games in a row, I think, right?
Yeah. He's had at least one block in 3 straight games and at least 2 in the last 2 games for the Dallas Mavericks. So asking him to get 1 here, I don't think that's a big deal.
No, and it was funny because we watched obviously to the end of the game because we had to cash our massive Mavs tickets at the window.
Had to sweat the Mavs tickets at the window.
And Ryan got involved in the sweat. He had no idea he was going to be in. So we were waiting to the very end, and they had to put Luka back in, and Terrell and I were talking like, oh my God, this is so good for someone who had some of his over player props, including, if you remember, like one of the last plays of the game, Luka steals the ball, and then he knocked it out of the Golden State player's hands, but then went out of his way to get the ball and secure it to get that steal, hit his second steal. So there was someone that had Luka over 1.5 because we looked it up and we're like, it's got to be 1.5 on his steals. It was. He got the 2. So if you were one of those DJs sweating that out, that must have been an all-timer.
I mean, that's a backdoor you don't get too often. The blowout turns into not blowout, and they bring the guys back into the game. All right, Curry, over points, rebounds, assists, 39.5.
Yeah.
I'm with you on Bullock, team under, and then Brunson under 1.5 3-pointers made. You guys are pretty chalky with your overs.
Yeah. Well, we're not sharp like you.
Life is too short for unders.
Exactly.
Except Reggie
Well, Sean,
Bullock.
you didn't tell your story about when you went to go cash out your Dallas bets about the business card there.
Yeah, that was great. I cashed out a bunch of winners, including Munaf. His lock for baseball was the Astros. I went off the reservation and did a Phillies-Dodgers parlay, which was looking awesome when the Phillies hit. They were down 1 run, top of the 9th, hit a 2-run shot. I'm going nuts
Fist
in the
bumping.
sports book. And then, of course, they blow it in the bottom of the 9th. But everything else I cashed, I'm going up to the window. I'm cashing this massive wad. And these guys behind me are like, whoa, what are you betting on? And I go, I'll tell you what I'm betting on. The picks on this podcast. And I give both those guys the card. They're like, oh, yeah, okay. They see me just counting my hundreds. It was Ryan, as small business owners, perfect marketing opportunity. Give out cards while you're waiting to cash tickets. It just shows.
Those guys are listening to this podcast right now.
100%.
Like, hey, that was me. That's me right there.
They say pounding flesh is the best way to make a relationship count.
Get some, do some shaking of the hands. Okay, all right. We're gonna get to the actual game. Warriors and Mavs. Of course, want to shout out Athletic Greens, aka I'm Sean. Athletic Greens, love me my Athletic Greens. Kramer, you actually you brought your travel packs. I saw you shaking up.
I was AG1ing this morning.
Yeah.
Just hanging out, enjoying the view. We have a nice view in our room, got some green stuff in it. Normally you look outside in Vegas and it's just that kind of blue tint of the desert. And we got green, so I was, got me in the green mood. I threw the powder in with some water, Sean.
Yep.
And I as I tweeted out, this show is definitely being powered by AG1 because we were up late, past my bedtime. So the adaptogens, the probiotics,
whole food source superfoods, minerals, vitamins, they got it all. And if you go to athleticgreens.com/SGP, free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs. athleticgreens.com/SGP. Take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. All right now over at WinBet, we got the Mavs catching 7 points, plus 260 on the money line. Total sitting at 216. I mean, again, this felt like almost scripted the way, hey, we're playing with house money. The Warriors are horrible in closeout games. Mavs show up, and now Mavs go to Golden State to get their ass kicked. Like, the place is going to be rocking. None of these secondary guys from the Mavs are going to be hitting their shots.
It's minus 320 on the money line, Sean. If you would listen to me, you'd be sitting on a plus 350 money line because we have Warriors in 5.
Yes, which is
all day long. I mean, you can't make this number big enough. That's my take on this game.
No, and I like, what else am I missing? Why would you not? And I just saw the line switch from 7.5 for the Warriors to 7. So what am I missing, Munaf? Is there any reason why I shouldn't be laying the house on the Warriors?
I don't think so. I mean, I think that this is the smash spot, I think, for the Warriors. They've been one of the better teams like Miami at home so far this season. In the postseason here. If you kind of take a look at the numbers, right? If you're kind of filtering by home playoffs, Golden State #1 in net rating at home so far this season. So I think they just come out led by Steph Curry. We talked about Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole. They just come out here, shoot the ball well. I think it might be a wire-to-wire win. And I might have to steal a page out of Kramer's book here, take an alt line with the Golden State Warriors to come out and get it done. But I think my favorite play in this game is going to be the Golden State Warriors team total.
Oh,
to
nice.
Go over.
Let's go.
They've been doing real well at home. If you see anything at 110.5, 111.5, I don't see a problem where they should get at least 100.
Yeah.
115 here.
Breaking news.
Win has it at 111.5.
Sharp money all over the Mavs.
Really?
Yeah, I was just about to talk about that.
I don't see that. Are you going Mavs here, Villanrell?
7 is a lot, guys. I mean, in hindsight, it's a lot. I probably, if I had a way to green myself up during this game, I'd probably take the Dallas +7 and then do an alt with Golden State and just get some plus money on that. And because if they cover the 7, then they're gonna blow them out. But this just feels kind of weird. And the fact that the line is coming down, why would the line ever be coming down? Everybody's betting Golden State, so why would the line be coming down?
Cue the X-Files music.
Yeah,
something suspicious.
I mean,
I'm riding Golden State -7.
You referring to Terrell as a villain just now reminded me of a moment during that craps table excursion when Terrell did say he wanted to win money just so he could keep playing craps.
Yes.
To pump him up, Titus, who is not with us today, unfortunately, was like,
make it sound like he died.
He had to go back. He's alive and well.
Oh my god!
He had a rough time at the craps table. He was looking at Terrell dead eye, just being like, villain. This table called you a bitch, villain.
Titus was great. He was pumping people up. He's like, Terrell, this is your money. Go get it. Like, it was very much like high school football coach. It was awesome, man. Made me proud of the organization we've put together, Ryan. Yeah. Guys giving other guys pump-up talks for craps rolls.
Some turd bucket nerd organizations do trust falls. We do craps tables outings.
The ultimate trust fall.
That table called you a bitch.
Let's go. All right, so I'm on the Warriors -7. And it sounds like Munaf, you like the team total over 111.5 for Golden State.
Yep.
Kramer, you got? Are you going alt line?
I'm going to go Golden State money line +350.
Okay, calling out your prop from
I'm with Munaf. I think, and I kind of like the diabolical option trading style bet that Terrell laid out of maybe you take a little Dallas or you adjust the Golden State line up and you do a reverse arbitrage thing. I'm with Munaf though. I'll lay more than 7. So whatever the best price you can find, maybe minus 10, minus 12. Maybe you can get all the way to 14 and get 2-1 or something like that. I'm in.
Let's go.
Because as you know, Sean, the further away from 0, the less those points are actually worth.
Minus 12 plus 190 on WinBet.
Oh.
Wow.
I think I want to play a Dallas first quarter and Golden State money line parlay.
All right.
Because you got to think that Dallas is still going to want to come like, hey, we're not giving up in this game, and it's going to be pure adrenaline. Chase Center's going to be rocking. Dallas is going to go out there and fight hard for the first quarter and then
fall apart.
Yeah, fall apart, and they probably blow. While I think that they probably do cover the 7 on some weird fluky stuff, but they probably fall apart at the end. Like they probably hold a lead for a little while, fall apart.
I'm keeping it simple. Just
Dallas
Golden
first
State
half, Golden State game is plus 390. For those interested.
That's fun. All right, we're going to close things out with our lock. Before we do that, chat at ipvanish.com/SGP. You want to lock up your internet security, your passwords, your browsing history, all the stuff you don't want people access to. You got to go to ipvanish.com/SGP. Hide your location. You can use it on unlimited devices. Perfect when you're traveling. And if you go to ipvanish.com/SGP, 70% off their yearly plan and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Essentially, you're getting 9 months free. Tough to believe, but it's true. We use it in our office all the time. ipvanish.com/SGP. Kramer, you are the big dog. What do you got for your lock?
I'm going to avoid the game. Actually, no. Miami minus 5.5 plus 200. That's my lock.
Your lock is a minus 5.5 alt line.
Yeah.
Love it. Munaf, what is your favorite bet you got for today and tomorrow?
You didn't ask me for my dog.
Oh.
Golden State money line plus 350.
There you go.
Gosh.
I do like the over here tonight, Boston Celtics and Miami Heat. But I think my favorite play is going to be Golden State Warriors team total over tomorrow. I really like that 111.5 over on WinBet. Again, like I said, Warriors at home so far this season. In this season have been absolutely outstanding. Scoring the basketball, number 1 in net rating in the playoffs at home. I expect, I won't be surprised if Chef Curry goes out and puts a 40-piece together and gets the Warriors into the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
After I don't know how many years. So I like that team total over for the Golden State Warriors.
Terrell, what do you got? Best bet?
Let's go with.
Wow, Terrell.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get because I always make this. You guys know I make
He's
this stuff up on the fly. No, because I want to be cute and take Celtics team total under because I just think that if this goes over, it's because the Miami Heat blew them out, and we're seeing blowouts all series, all playoffs. Long.
Every game in that series, there's been at least a 20-point lead, which is kind of insane.
Yeah, but I'm gonna just keep it easy. Lock Miami plus 2.5.
Okay, I like it. Very simple. Very easy to put together. So I'm for my dog. I'll go with what Kramer gave out, minus 5.5 for the Heat tonight, and then my lock, Golden State minus 7. I like all these other options we're throwing out, but for me, keep it simple. Golden State minus 7, easy money. All right, closing things out. First off, I have to review this review that was left on the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Yes.
A rare 4-star review. You don't see that very often. If you want to the name of the review was decent. If you want to listen to one person give actionable information and one person overhype the Eagles for an hour, this is the podcast for you. Kramer does a good job of providing stats and angles while Sean jacks the Eagles the entire show. Love the insight Kramer provides, and he seems like he has knowledge on every team. Fast forward every time Sean speaks. Well, fast forward through this. Fly, Eagles, fly, baby. Over 8.5 wins. The division, the Super Bowl, we're coming for you. Try listening to this podcast without my voice. I dare you. So if you want to crush this review, and I suggest you do, make fun of them. I have a feeling it might help you win Merch Monday.
Why would we make fun of them?
Sports Gambling.
It's a great review.
Yeah, Kramer obviously wrote this review. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/Merch Monday, MERCH Monday, all one word. Submit your review, giving away free gear every Monday.
He said we know lots of stuff about all the teams. There's no I in teams.
No,
Sean.
he said you did.
There's no I in
He said
teams.
I don't.
We. I put the
jock
we,
the
Sean, I
Eagles.
put the we before me. All right.
When the Eagles suck, I'm not the first to make fun of them, but I definitely will make fun of
Stop
them when
it.
they suck.
What are you? Oh, all right. Let's
Right.
now we're
pull
into
the
this.
pull
Now-
the tape. Did I turn on Carson Wentz? Yes. Did it take a while? Yes. Will I be making fun of Carson Wentz? Yes. I mean, come on. This guy must be insane. Has he heard you talk about Daniel Jones? You want to talk about bias?
I mean, comeback player of the year, 8-1. It's great value.
I did almost. We got in a headed debate on VSiN about
Table
Daniel
conspiracy.
Jones and his comeback player of the year thing, which he will not win.
Terrell just made a mental note to bet that later. I
Yeah.
saw that.
So it's between Jameis and Daniel Jones. That's it. There's no other options.
Yeah. Jameis coming back from an injury. I've said this a million times. You don't get comeback of the year, player of the year from sucking.
Yeah, and he has it was a life-threatening
He
neck
was
injury.
injured. No, Daniel Jones was
Life-threatening neck
injured.
injury.
Daniel Jones was injured. He had
But
a
he
neck
wasn't
injury.
playing
Did you
good
not see
before
that
the
hit?
injury.
Did you not see that hit in the Cowboys game? He was
Sean,
injured.
Sean's never played a contact sport. He
Oh
wouldn't
my
know.
God.
He wouldn't understand.
Ryan played soft ass rugby.
Wow. Be careful. Be careful where you walk now, sir.
All right. Shout out to Blue Wire. Shout out to the Win. Awesome 3 days of shows here. We'll be back in our studio starting tomorrow. And obviously, shout out to all the NBA gambling guys coming out. Make sure you subscribe to the NBA Gambling Podcast, the WNBA Gambling
Hell
Podcast,
yeah.
the MLB Gambling Podcast. Make sure you follow Munaf on Twitter at SportsNerd824, a.k.a. The Machine. Make sure you follow Phil and Rel at ReallyRel _.
Shout out to handicap horse racing.
Oh yes, that was one other note we had. We were in the sports book, and
That's the greatest name.
we
for
were in the
trotters.
sports book watching the horses are on one of those screens, and Terrell's like, "Oh man, that's cool that they have horse racing for handicapped people."
Talking about
Like,
trotters.
no, those are the trotter carts. But then I was like thinking, I'm like, oh, actually, if you didn't have the use of your legs, that could be a sport you could definitely
and
participate
you
in.
could use it. I mean, I don't know what I wasn't supposed to say it out loud.
Yes,
I
it
did
was
this
clearly
thing
just one of those things you thought.
I was just thinking, but no, I felt instantly dumb when I said.
All right. That'll do it for the show. Give us a follow on Twitter at Gambling Podcast. Subscribe, youtube.com/Sports Gambling Podcast. And for the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the money green, and he is Ryan
Until next time, Vegas.
Kramer. Let it ride.